We are taking a break from our normal programming to enjoy the holidays. But in the meantime, Speculative Sandbox presents the 12 Days of Tropes, a limited series of micro-episodes that briefly touch on some well-known or maybe not so well-known tropes. Each episode is a secret until you open it, just like a present. And who knows, maybe you'll see one of these tropes fully analyzed with a guest in the future. And if you're writing this holiday season, consider exploring or inverting what you hear. The trusted institution is actually the evil organization. I think the most notable example of this is in Captain America: The Winter Soldier, when the organization Captain America works for, S.H.I.E.L.D., is revealed to be Hydra the whole time, the neo-Nazi international crime syndicate bent on world domination. You're working for an organization you trust, you're drinking from the Kool-Aid, you've bought into the mission, and you genuinely believe you're surrounded by people you admire and look up to, and furthermore, who will support you as you carry out their mission. Then you find out it was all a farce, and you are working with the enemy all along. And it doesn't even have to be the whole organization. In The Winter Soldier, not every single worker at S.H.I.E.L.D. was actually Hydra. You have a mix of good and bad, which makes things more confusing. It's scary, or thrilling, if you think about it, that your enemies are so clever that they are able to infiltrate the very thing you rely on. I think we all fear this in real life, or in some instances, we've already come to this discovery. Obviously, real life is way more nuanced than a story, but have you ever bought into an organization or a belief system that you later found out was harmful? Switching over to real life for a minute, let's think of NXIVM, the famous cult that hit headlines over the past few years. This organization hooked women by using self-improvement as bait. But it was really a way for NXIVM founder Keith Rainier to create his own personal harem of sex slaves that he could abuse. I did a quick Google search on good organizations that are actually bad, and there's a lot. Uber, once a revolutionary mobility service, allowed a culture of sexism and sexual harassment at the company. They are also known for their poor treatment of drivers, including passing on high fees to their employees. The Weinstein Company, once considered the darling of American independent film companies, hit headlines when the abusive acts of their Harvey Weinstein came to light. And of course, Facebook, now known as the metaverse. They used to be the most loved and used social media platform in its early years, but now the user experience is low, with people citing confusing dashboards, misleading advertisements, and an aggressive algorithm that has taken the joy out of scrolling. Recently, according to an NPR article, a whistleblower revealed how Facebook harms children, sows division, and undermines democracy in pursuit of breakneck growth and, quote, astronomical profits. I can keep going, but this micro episode is supposed to be short. Okay, jumping back into fiction. The main character in the story now has to make a choice. Will they be Captain America and continue to fight for truth, justice, and the American way, even if it means dismantling the very institution you were conditioned to love? Will they resign themselves to this new reality and become a complicit part of the system? Or maybe they'll lean in completely and become the villain. Furthermore, why is the organization secretly bad? Is their mission good, but their means to an end bad? Or are they more like Hydra, hiding in the shadows of S.H.I.E.L.D. until the time comes to take over? Can you think of any other examples? Jump over to our Instagram or Twitter and let us know. Speculative Sandbox is a volunteer-run podcast that relies on the collaboration of fellow creators like you. Join the conversation and participate in fun polls and questionnaires on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Interested in being in a future episode? Our DMs are open, or you can email speculativesandbox@gmail.com.